A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, we would be talking about the divine masculine who is influenced by his closest friend. Now, friends in this journey sometimes also play a very important role in the decision making, and why that happens is because a lot of time divine masculines and divine feminines both are not able to recognize the right people and the wrong people, the fake people and the genuine people. And for a long time they are influenced by people who are very jealous, very negative, very envious, and they need the energy of other people to grow. They need the energy of watching other people's downfall. In their own family lives, they will not be very close to them and like the other people, but they will always meddle, they will always poke their nose in the business of the twin flamers. Because twin flamers are innocent, they don't know who to trust and who not to trust, and they will reveal everything to them, they will tell everything to them. To those particular best friends, and they will be, because there is some kind of codependency as well. These divine feminines and masculines, because they suffer from codependent energies, they end up attracting somebody in their life, a best friend especially, because a best friend plays a very important role, or a close friend plays very important role in our lives. If you are a true devotee, if you become a devotional person, and this is the reason why I keep telling people that if you genuinely want to grow in your twin flame journey, then you have to practice Karma Yoga. And if you practice Karma Yoga and if you connect with source, if you do source integration, which is actually one of the final stages of the twin flame journey, because if you look at all the 7 to 8 stages, you only start growing after you get out of the runner-chaser dynamic. Most people remain stuck in the runner-chaser dynamic for a very long time, because of which they also sometimes end up attracting a false twin. And in some cases, because the false twin's journey is very similar to twin flame journey, so one has to be very careful. The false twin also plays this runner-chaser dynamic for a good period of time. They actually can stretch it for a very long period of time. So then the person thinks that, okay, this is definitely my twin, or this is definitely the one for me, who is my ultimate lover, ultimate person in this life. This is the one I'll get married to. And they waste a lot of time because of that. But the marriage doesn't happen, or the relationship is extremely toxic. No matter how hard the feminine tries or the masculine tries, the relationship is very toxic. And one of them is obviously the false twin, not both of them. Now coming to the best friend, here in this case it is the divine masculine who has this type of a best friend, who continuously for years and years. Sometimes these best friends have tagged along for many years. Maybe they met in college, or maybe they met in school, or they met at some job space, but they met them at a period or at a point in their lives when the divine masculines were really low, or they were going through some kind of a struggle. So they feel that this particular person has actually helped him or her, because see, I have to clarify, because on this channel I think this point has not been clarified so much, but as you guys grow in your twin flame ascension journey, in your runner chaser dynamic, you would be learning this particular point, that without surrender, without reaching the surrender stage, it's impossible, or it's very difficult to feel happy and content for a good period of time without being dependent on other people. The feminine's biggest complaint with the masculine is always in the runner-chaser dynamic, especially if it is a true genuine twin flame connection, that why doesn't he listen to me, or why doesn't he do things as per me, or why doesn't he understand me. That's because the DM is giving his energy, and by energy I mean this time it's the platonic energy. The DM is giving his platonic energy or his love energy or his unconditional trust to somebody who does not want his good. That person is just doing time pass. That person is just because they've got nothing better to do, and they are just, as an energy, they are negative energy, and they will not change that easily in this life. It's very difficult for them to ascend. They are here for only karmic purposes. There are certain type of people who do not have the ability to generate happiness from within, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do for them. They are also very materialistic. So the DM remains to be a materialistic person till the time he has this type of a friend around him. Now, one more thing I want to tell you in this journey, that this DM energy and DF energy can be in a man and can be in a woman, and they are going to be heterosexuals as well. So a man can also have nurturing energy. If he has nurturing energy, it means he has already done a lot of inner work. He is always going to be very caring, very protective. He is not going to be violent. He is not going to have all those warlike energies. He will have warrior energy also, but he is only going to use it when it is required. And there can be a lot of females, not feminine energy, females who could have masculine energy also. So if you are confused about your dynamic, just look at your own energy, what type of person you are, and look at your DM and your DF accordingly. So in this case, it is the person who holds the divine masculine energy. That person is what I'm talking about. Now this energy can be in a man, can be in a woman also. So this type of friend or this type of acquaintance or this type of person who influences. These days a word is very common. They say influencer. On social media you have Instagram influencers, you have social media influencers, you have these people who influence other people to follow their lifestyle, correct? So that type of a word we can use, that this person is an influencer, but it's not a positive influencer, because there are two type of people in our life who can influence us towards a change, and change can be both negative and positive. So here it is a negative person who's negatively influencing the divine masculine constantly, and he cannot see him happy, though the divine masculine does not realize it. The divine masculine is going to defend his friend, and he will create a problem, a rift between him and his divine feminine also. Because the divine feminine, who does not have that type of negative energy or the type of energy where a person does a lot of family politics, constantly instigating others, making other people fight, these type of people, they can not get along with divine feminine, and the divine feminine will also not like them. So she will tell the DM upfront that I don't like your friend. The same type of people attract each other. We must have heard this. So divine masculine has attracted the divine feminine because in him he has that positive energy, that unconditional love, that liking. But he has also attracted this type of a vicious best friend, an evil-minded best friend who never wants other people to be happy. It means that DM needs to work on his energies so far. It's not like he's completely healed. So we can say that the DM is innocent, but at the same time we can say the DM is stupid, because so far he does not have that type of mental clarity where he can instantly recognize that who really cares for my goodwill and who doesn't. Okay, so this is a long lasted friendship that has been there for a very long time, and a materialistic friend who's influencing. How do you know it's a materialistic friend? Because you will realize that money plays an important role in their talks, or this best friend can also influence the masculine and tell him that, oh, your DF is not that rich, oh, she does not match with your social status, which car does she drive, or how much money does she earn, what does she possess, what is her style, what is her this, that. He talks a lot about brands. This best friend talks a lot about brands, talks a lot about money. If For example, they are not from a business class family and they are from, say, simple job scenario, then also he will constantly talk about this job, this business, that business. Like money will be the theme of their conversations. When will this best friend change or lose his influence? Now I've shared the channeling's energy. I will now share the guidance and the steps that the feminine who are stuck in this pattern can make, because this is a very frustrating pattern, I must say. And in some cases, not in all cases, there is also involvement of drugs or alcohol. So maybe the masculine is a really good person, is a very nice human being, but this friend is a drug addict, or this friend drinks a lot and sleeps around a lot with the other females and goes to many parties or many such occasions. So he drags the masculine along with him. He pulls the masculine along with him and he makes the masculine do all sorts of bad things, like have drugs constantly, drink alcohol, or even cheat on the feminine. And the masculine is that's why I use the word stupid. I could have said he's only innocent, but we can't say he's purely innocent. It's because he cannot use his own judgment. And why this friend is able to overpower feminine is because now this is where the guidance will come into the picture, because the feminine also needs to work on her energies, so that these type of negative energies do not have a hold on her, do not have power over her. And this power will only come from devotion and surrendering to source, because source is the most powerful, source is the supreme being. For private sessions, personal readings, guidance and dream interpretation, counseling and therapies, please go through the description box first, and once you're sure, then write to me at TheSunamoon@gmail.com. When it comes to Twinflame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about your journey in advance before the reading, so that we can get the best and most accurate answers. Because if the reader knows everything about your journey, how will they get the correct answers, right? In case of therapies, you have to share with me different facets of your life so we can heal the wounded inner child, which then leads to a 5D union. Without the 5D union, 3D union is not possible, my friends. You can also get my book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channeled twin flame stories that can uplift your energies. It's based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate, and the link to this book is given in the description box. You can connect with me on Instagram. The handle is TheSunamoon Goddess, and you can also subscribe to TheSunamoon blogs to get interesting content supporting Ascension lifestyle, because Ascension is a lifestyle. But one thing you have to always remember, that for the love of source also, one has to become a very pure and a very honest person, and the devotion has to be very pure. If you are constantly looking at source as some kind of a genie, and you know, like most people, what they do is when they go to a temple or a church or a mosque or anywhere, they just keep asking for materialistic things. Give me this, give me that, oh God, give me this car, oh God, give me this house, oh God, do this. Like they want God also to constantly work according to their own whims and fancies. That is not true devotion. True devotion is accepting the plan of God. So if your divine masculine is running away from you because of the influence of a best friend or a so-called advisor or some kind of a person in the family or outside the family, then that means that, and you are upset about it, then that means even you need to let go of that upset, of that anger, of that frustration. Because as I said in the very beginning, that the devil always wants people to be frustrated and worried. When you are a devotee, you don't care. You just don't care. Anything can happen in your life, but you are always happy and you are content, and you feel that okay, this must be a part of God's plan, and you have faith in God's work. You know that if the DM is going through this situation, the DM will learn his lesson sooner or later. The DM will learn who is a good friend and who is not a good friend, who is a true friend, who is not a true friend. So in the meantime, if the DM does not come to you or does not listen to you or does not show you that type of love, you should also let him go free. That okay, fine, do as you like. You want to fly? Go fly. I am not going to cage you. I am not going to, want you to also be under me as a puppet, because then I would not be any different than that friend of yours. But the DF will pray for him, and the DF will be like, okay, may God bless him and may he be happy. And dear God, please protect him, because I care for him. I do have love for him, a lot of love for him. And I know that my love is not materialistic love. My love is not worldly love. My love I have for him is a real love, is love that comes from my soul. So please protect him from all these negative entities and negative influences and negative implants that have taken him away from me, from his true love also, because I know he also loves me. So that type of confidence you need to have on that person. And in the meantime, when he is not around you or she is not around you, you should not be sobbing, you should not be crying, you should not be cribbing, you should not be depressed, you should not be falling weak. You should be uplifted and you should be very, very, very strong, and you should do your things and you should live every day as it comes. Enjoy your life. You don't need anyone. Think like that. All you need is the support of God. All you need is support of good people, those people who really understand you, people who have positive energy. But even then, you should be independent. You should be super independent, and you should be very content, and you should be very happy. And every day you should live smoothly. Ups and downs will come on a daily basis. Challenges can come. As much as good things will come, bad things can also come. So try to get out of this trap of good and bad. Try to think that everything is okay. Everything is fine. I am okay with anything and everything. And that will increase the equanimity factor in you. When you are okay in good, you are okay in bad. You don't get very excited when good things happen. You don't get very depressed when bad things happen. It means you are an equanimous person. And negative energies cannot influence equanimous people. And equanimous people are close to source as well, because source also says the same thing. Don't judge. Don't judge. Let people do what they want to do. You live your life. You enjoy your life. Because the real deal, you actually will learn this if you are stuck in this dynamic. You will learn that life is very interesting. Life is very interesting and life is amazing. And I don't mean to say that you would be running away from bad incidents or tragedies or scandals or this and that. You would simply be chilled out no matter what happens. In all situations, you will be like, okay, it is just a situation. The label of good and bad is being given by me. So I should not give this label to anyone. If this is happening in my life, there has to be a reason behind it. And the reason is my own growth. The universe wants me to be an independent entity, which technically we all are. And that's why I say we are all individuals, independent individuals. We are a unique creation of the source. So we must love ourselves. We must love our lives. If the DM doesn't love you, or the DF doesn't love you, or that best friend doesn't like you, or they keep creating trouble for you, that's their problem. That's their issue. That's not your issue. Okay. So on this note, I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.